There is one thing about money that people tend to do too late. Especially if they're young, future looks bright, they have long-term rents, unlimited work contract and regular income, and the world looks stable and beautiful. But in the today's world dynamic, we tend to forget that rainy days may come, and we rather be prepared with our emergency fund to protect ourselves and keep us financially independent from the situation that may occur due to AI revolution, lays off, or recession in this whole economical situation right now. In this video today I want to share with you everything I know about emergency fund. I built it for myself, and I would explain you how you can calculate the targeted amount of money you need actually to work towards, how to save this money, and what is actually qualified as an emergency when you can utilize your emergency fund, and what are the key factors that you need to take into account therefore. Let's start this video with the statistics that I recently found. There was the article that I read on the Deutsche Welle, who was actually highlighting the vulnerability that population, specifically in Germany, has, because according to the statistics of 2023, around 30% of people who are living in Germany lacking any emergency saving, and approximately 47% of people said that they won't be able to cover at least 3 months of their regular essential expenses if they all of a sudden lose their job one day. And that single statistics I can prove from my own experience, because I remember when I was shocked first time when I've heard from my German colleagues when they said that they don't have much money on their account, approximately 2,000–3,000 euro. That's all what they have. But for me, as an expat who moved to the new country all by herself, was crucial to create a self of financial stability, at least with having the emergency fund. Because straight from the beginning, when I just got my first mini job, I was already working towards having my emergency fund to protect myself, because I knew that I cannot rely to anyone but myself. So that's why I had to keep myself protected whatever happens in my life. And I was really grateful to myself, because definitely the emergency fund helped me a lot, especially during my very first years of settling down in Germany. And if you want to keep yourself protected no matter what happens to you and what happens in this world in general, let's calculate how much money you need to save and claim as your emergency fund. And in this case, we need to always think about few factors that influence the final calculation. First, it's the age that you have right now. The second one is the financial dependencies or codependencies you have in your life, if you have kids or elderly people or anyone else who depends on your financial situation. And third is also the relatively stable or unstable country where you settle down right now. If you are relatively young person who doesn't have much responsibilities, flexible with your lifestyle, then you need to calculate how much money you spend on the regular months in your past experience. You can easily navigate your online banking, can check how much money you spent on the previous 3 months, and that amount of money that you covered all the essential budget for yourself, for your lifestyle, that would be your targeted amount of money for the emergency fund. If you are 30 plus, maybe have some car or having some health issues, then you definitely need to work towards 6 months budget as the emergency fund. So it means you need to go in retrospective to check your banking account to see how much money you spent across every month in the past half of the year, and summarize the amount of money you spent and claim it as your targeted amount of money to save as an emergency fund. And if you are in codependent situation, when someone is dependent on your financial situation, maybe you are the only one who provides the financial support for your whole family, then you definitely need to target 9 months of regular monthly budget as your emergency fund that you need to work towards. I know that sounds as a huge amount of money, so that's why the earlier you start, the better, the more smoother you can come to your targeted amount of money to keep yourself and your family, in this case, protected, because no matter what happens, you can definitely survive and live with the same level of life using the emergency fund that you prepared for yourself just in case. When we are talking about how to save this money, there is very important to understand that we never invest the emergency fund, because the main rule for emergency fund that you need to be able to withdraw this money within 72 hours, so aka 3 days max. Because if something happened to your car, your apartment, your house, or someone in your family, you need to have the money urgently. So that's why if you have invested it into some portfolio, that definitely requires more time to withdraw this money. So that's why the way how you can keep this money is the cash amount in your personal purse, or keeping the saving account on online banking that doesn't have the limitation on how much money you can withdraw as the one chunk within 1 day or few hours. I can share that I personally use N26 saving account. They have the small interest on top of that, but it's very useful because I can actually withdraw within the minutes my money from that account, and I don't have any limitation, and I always have this overview over the money I have there. So I recommend you to do your research and understand what actually would be the online solution for you, where you can keep your money protected, but also withdraw them whenever something urgent is happening in your life. For sure, it doesn't make sense to invest your money into crypto currencies. That's too high velocity, and it goes completely opposite direction from the emergency fund, because the main reason for emergency fund just to keep you protected, to keep your back covered. So that's why you never put into high velocity assets your emergency fund, and always keep it as the separate money you never touch unless there is something going wrong in your life and you urgently need to fix that. And talking about the use case when it's actually allowed to use your emergency fund, of course, everything that relates to your family health issues or your health issues, anything that goes wrong with the apartment or your vehicle, for example, all those use cases qualify as an emergency situation and requires the fixing the issues as soon as possible. But don't forget that, for example, if your laptop all of a sudden got out of use, and that's your main resource of doing your job and getting your income, that also qualifies as an emergency. Or if your phone got stolen and you disconnected from your family, and that creates the tension that you cannot let them know about what is the circumstances you have right now, that also qualifies as an emergency fund. Of course, if you are thinking about upgrading your phone to another version and you think to take the money from the emergency fund, it's not the right use of your emergency fund, because usually that's very expensive purchase that you need to compensate later on in your emergency fund. In this case, I recommend to keep your financial buffer as it is and just work towards the small financial goal to upgrade your phone. For example, if you want to buy a new phone at the end of September and you know this in advance, you can already allocate some money on the regular basis to pre-save some money for this expensive purchase, and later on to upgrade your phone, maybe change your old phone and get some compensation back, but never use emergency fund for this kind of the non-essential upgrades in your lifestyle, just because you know that you have those money. I beg you, please protect those money and keep them really for emergency, because you would thank me later if whatever happens in your life and you really need the significant amount of money paid right now, that single emergency fund would unblock any issues that may occur in our life, because life is unpredictable. So better to play safe and have this emergency fund, especially if you are an expat in another country, when you have the full responsibilities on yourself and you don't have the family to go and ask for some support immediately. I hope this video didn't put you into the negative thinking, but rather uplifts you to understand that you can work towards your financial stability from different sides. An emergency fund is the first step you need to do for your financial freedom. With that said, I wish you the great day. Let's see each other on my next episodes. Take care and see you. Bye bye.